Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. It's Scooby-Doo Tuesday, guys. You know what that means? Of course it means we're here continuing the journey of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I cannot believe I'm about to say this because it feels like yesterday we started the show, that I started this journey. We're here at the Season 1 finale of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is Season 1, Episode 26, All Fear the Freak. I love that title, All Fear the Freak, because the Freak is this villain, monster, whatever, that was there, I think they said in the flashback 20 years ago, when the original Mystery Incorporated, Professor Pericles and all of them, went to that church that, of course, that Scooby and the gang ended up at the end of the episode and everything. They were there 20 years ago, the original Mystery Incorporated. And there was the Freak tied in with this curse and all that kind of stuff. And Angel, who, of course, was a part of the original Mystery Incorporated, told the story essentially of who she really is to the rest of them, because Velma, of course, knew episodes ago, but she told everybody else what was happening, the curse, and the Freak drove them all away and all that kind of stuff, and basically broke apart Mystery Incorporated and all that. And that was pretty much, you know, hopefully what she was thinking, the end of this, the end of the mystery, all that. But no, they're like, no, this is not over. And then at the end, we see the Freak again. The Freak is still there. So I have a lot of questions. It was a great episode last week. I've really been enjoying this show, and I cannot wait to dive in because you guys are saying, trust me, the finale, the Season 1 finale is going to blow you away, so I'm ready. Let's dive into it now, guys. I'm so excited to see what happens here. I cannot wait. Let's dive in. All Fear the Freak. Let's go. Back at the flashback? Okay.
Why are we stopping? Because of that.
Whoa.
Ow! What gives, Bird?
What the
I
hell?
was trying to save your life.
Oh, it's a
don't
piece.
understand.
It's a
There
piece.
are 6 pieces. Where are the other 5?
A second booby trap!
Of course. That's how that got lost. Okay, we're seeing the pieces tie in.
Now all we need is the other 5 pieces. And the treasure is...
Midnight. Of course he's working on traps. Of course.
You miss her, don't you?
Dangling donut shrimp, Fred. Don't startle me like that. Despite your obsession with your goofy little mystery club, I do love you, son. I hope.
Whoa.
I do.
He said he loved him. Oh.
I'm still not happy about all this.
We're just
What are
going
they
to check out
doing?
his office.
Fine.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know he's not involved in...
You did choose Angel over us.
Oh, really? Like how you chose Scooby over me.
Wow.
Guys, I think I found something.
Dudes, that thing kind of looks like
Oh,
our
shit.
This must be the scroll Angel mentioned.
That was a good reveal. That was a good reveal.
Sweet! It's some kind of graveyard cool.
Let's get out of here before...
Someone catches you. Oh, are you in trouble?
I demand you let our children go.
Your children are felons.
Felons.
Offenders. Vicious.
Dad, I'm sorry. We just...
I can hear you. My ears are too clogged with disappointment.
Wow.
We're forbidden to see the...
Fred and I are engaged.
Oh, my...
Worst timing. Oh, he passed out. Worst timing ever.
What?
She's the most important thing in my life. Besides the gang, mystery solving, traps, my dad.
Oh my god.
Truthfully, it's a 5-way tie.
No!
Shaggy, Scooby, guard the disc piece in your room.
Like I sure hope I remember to stock the backup fridge.
Wait, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. They sleep on a fridge.
Phew. Yep.
It was in their fridge. Of course it was. Holy shit.
Sorry,
They're
Mom and Dad.
weird.
I'll explain later.
That wasn't creepy at all.
Getting this
Oh,
far if you wanna
go,
live.
go.
And Machine?
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
The freak attacked them at their home.
Yep.
He's getting more desperate. Now I've got food and blankets. Should be enough for a few days. And
Sorry, Andy.
Oh,
The
shit.
adults in this town have done enough harm. We're gonna finish this one on our own.
Oh, he just missed the call.
Ed, pick up.
Hello, Ed Machine.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
What are you doing here?
I don't want to say anything.
What does that mean? Oh,
This is where it ends.
okay, let's do it.
Want to talk about this engagement thing?
Like, yeah. When were you planning on telling us?
Please, look how long you two were keeping your relationship secret. Is this the picture of your mom from your house? Why do you...
We're here.
I think it's the same photo that was in the mayor's office that broke.
By moving the 6 pieces of the planispheric disc around, you
Yeah.
can pinpoint any location in the world. Maybe these numbers on the scroll were written by Pericles.
Of course.
Interesting.
coordinates. But which is the right one?
As they move, should reveal coordinates that match one of Pericles' calculations.
Wow, they found it. Okay. Wow.
Empty.
It's the freak!
Sorry to disappoint.
Nope. Nope, not the freak.
Professor Pericles?
They lead to a treasure beyond calculation, dear Scooby.
Dear Scooby.
A treasure. There's nothing to fear.
You.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, made it even worse. Okay. Yeah. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh!
Freeze, Freako!
I'll tell you who he is, Sheriff. The freak of Crystal
Oh,
Cove
shit.
is my father.
Oh my god!
I wasn't sure. Not until now. Why?
Why do you think? When I found the story about the conquistadors that disappeared, I decided to disguise myself and begin my search for the planispheric disc their mascot knew. For access to my knowledge, Pericles was willing to betray his friends. We concocted a
Oh
scheme to
shit!
blackmail.
Oh shit.
Pericles had to go.
Oh!
I placed an anonymous call to the police implicating him in the kid's disappearance.
That still doesn't explain what happened to my mother. I want to know where she is.
I assume she's still with Brad Childs.
Wait.
What?
Are you saying that
What?
Judy Reeves is Fred's mother?
What?
Brad Childs is your real father.
Oh fuck! Dude!
2 years after
Oh my
they
god!
left, I took you and told them you'd be safe. As long as they never returned again.
Dude!
All this for a treasure no one's even sure exists?
Tell me this isn't true.
It is true. Holy shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Daphne. The engagement is off. I'm leaving Crystal Cove and I'm leaving tonight. History Incorporated is dead.
Okay.
If you had just told us about angels sooner, this never...
Dude.
What an amusing turn of events.
Oh my god.
2 down, 4 to go. Until we meet again.
I'll get the gang back together, Pericles.
Yes, you will.
My name
Dude.
Scooby-Doo.
I am shocked. Oh my god. So many things happened within this episode. I'm still trying to process all the information we just got. I pulled it up on Wikipedia because I wanted to make sure I got the names of Fred's actual parents correct because stuff is happening so fucking fast. So I'm gonna be all over the place with this episode, but the big reveal in this episode, besides the fact that Fred's dad, who's not actually his dad, is the freak, and he had traveled to Crystal Cove because he heard about this mystery and everything, and the disc pieces, the planetary disc, or whatever, however you pronounce it, and he was helping Mystery Inc. and having Professor Pericles going behind their backs and betraying them and working with the freak, you know, and then he got betrayed. It's the fact that Fred's actual parents are, and it says here, Brad and Judy's son. Because it says here the overarching mystery events, I'm reading this off Wikipedia off the episode. It is revealed that Mayor Jones forced the original Mystery Inc. to leave town, which is exactly what happened with forged papers and all this stuff. He took in Brad and Judy's son to ensure they wouldn't return, because I think he said that they tried to return again when they had Fred. So he basically kidnapped Fred to ensure that, like, it's so crazy to think that he kidnapped Fred and so that they wouldn't return again. The gang breaks up, and of course Pericles to reveal he now has the 2 pieces. He has the 2 pieces now. Jesus Christ. So many things. So I love the fact that Fred got really, like, his demeanor, his tone completely shifted within this episode, especially at the end, speaking to his father and confronting him and piecing it all together, right? So the picture that he had of his mom, the picture he had from his house in the actual briefcase or whatever, within his tool bag or whatever, his trap bag, whatever, there's a reason why, because I believe it was the same exact picture that broke in the mayor's office, but this was the one that was at the house. He kept it because he was going to reveal the truth. Because when that picture broke, I'm like, why the like, what? I was so confused, and then it made so much sense when he was confronting him about it, because he figured it out. It's like, yeah, I don't believe this is the actual day I was born. You claim this is when I was born, but you know. Wow. And all of this over a treasure. And Fred made the point, all of this over a treasure that may or may not even exist. And you did all this. You used me. And that's essentially what happened. He used him as a means to an end. And that's why he was so against Fred creating the Mystery Inc., because he already dealt with the Mystery Inc. 20 years ago and got them to disband over this treasure that he came to Crystal Cove originally to research and do everything, right? Insane. So I like that aspect about Fred in terms of him going, you know, being really, like, angry and show, because Fred has been a really just, I wouldn't say one note character, but his demeanor and tone has been kind of one note throughout the season, and that's just kind of his character, right? He's only thinking about traps, and he's starting to open up about Daphne and everything. But I like the fact that he was getting really angry and showing some emotion, right? He was really upset. What I didn't like is that he broke up Mystery Inc. and is leaving Daphne and doesn't want the engagement thing. That's kind of an iffy situation, because I don't think necessarily he was asking her to marry him. I just feel like there was his words were questionable. I think, misinterpreted some things. I mean, I guess it could be literally that's what he was asking in his own way, and she understood it. But regardless, I don't like that he broke up with, like, essentially, like, you know, stopped the engagement, called it off, and broke up Mystery Inc. But I also get the point too. Velma, I wouldn't say necessarily picked Angel over the gang, over Mystery Incorporated, but I guess you could say that she did, because she didn't tell them who Angel really was. She didn't tell them that Angel actually was a member of the original Mystery Incorporated that, you know, disbanded all those years ago and all that. But I get the point, because they've had some trust issues and problems in the past. So I get it. I do. But what a way to end. But I do like how Scooby is going to try to get them all back together. I like the fact that it's Scooby, right? Because it seems they all work together well as a team for the most part, except for these issues here and there, and now with them now being broke up. And the fact is, when they've got the parents involved, that was definitely more interesting. Just the way that Daphne revealed they were engaged. Her dad kept passing out. Poor guy. But hey, Daphne loves him, right? Daphne loves Fred. Fred loves Daphne. So I mean, but probably not the best timing. But getting the parents involved, and I think someone had mentioned it, and I actually heard it a little bit. Is Shaggy's father is the original? I think the original voice of Shaggy, I believe, who originally voiced him back in the 60s. I believe that's who that is. You can definitely hear Shaggy's voice in it. I do believe that is him. I could be wrong about that, but regardless, just having the parents involved and trying to separate Mystery Incorporated, the Freak showing up and getting more desperate to find the pieces. Once the Freak saved Fred, I knew. I kind of figured something was going on here, because why would the Freak, like, why would he save Fred? You're like, why? But at the same time, if the Freak wouldn't have saved Fred, Fred would have died there, right? He would have died. But when that moment occurred, I'm like, well, first of all, a lot of these villains of the week, monsters of the week, are human, right? Like they're the human, whether it's, but Professor Pericles is the exception. But like, they would all in a situation like that probably save somebody, because they truly don't want to hurt anybody like that. But when that moment occurred and the way the Freak looked at Fred, I'm like, And I'm like, is it going to be revealed to be his dad? Dad, right? Is it going to be? And it was. My God. My God. I'm so happy that we have a season 2, because imagine if this was the ending. My God, this is terrible. Terrible. I don't agree with them shutting out Angel and not wanting her to be a part of finding out what was happening. But at the same time, who can you trust, right? Outside of the 5 of them, who could you really trust in this situation? Because 20 years ago, when the original Mystery Inc. was going around and solving mysteries, and they came across these disc pieces and all that, Professor Pericles, they thought they could trust Professor. He went behind their backs and betrayed them to work with Mayor Jones. Jones, right? No, that's they call him Mayor Jones, but he went behind their back to work with the Freak, and then he got betrayed. And that's how he got the scar. He got thrown down or something, and there's a scar over his eye. So that's where that came in. Because I was wondering, because the look of Professor Pericles in the flashbacks, and now his whole face completely changes. And I think part of it is the scar on this side of the face. But I think it's also just he's not pretending to be good. Or I don't know when the change happened. Like, why did Professor Pericles do that? Why would he betray his own team? But it's because that treasure, he was so enamored with it, and now he has 2 of the disc pieces. And the fact is too, when they found that map in the mayor's office, and like that's the exact map, and they referenced it. That's the exact map that the original Mystery Inc. got all those years ago, and they were looking at. It showed all the disc pieces connected, and it was like, okay, there's a lot going on here, but man, it was crazy. And then they found where they actually originally ended up too, right? They found like the booby trap or whatever. There's only one piece in the chest, and then they got washed out to sea, of course. And when Professor Pericles was knocked out, I thought when the water came all in, okay, Professor I don't know if they're gonna kill him. Like, I don't know if that show would go that far, but they could. Wow, that would have been crazy. But of course, he's still around. Like, oh, Scooby-Doo. God. This is good stuff. This show surprises me. I'm so happy I started watching this show, because I can't get enough of it. I cannot get enough of this show. It is so well done in its reveals and the mysteries and everything. I just can't get enough. I can't get enough. This is so good. And you guys are right. This was a crazy episode. This was some great reveals, some great moments. But I'm happy they're going to have Scooby try to bring them all back together. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Because if this was the ending of the show, this would have been terrible. Thank God we have a season 2. Thank God. Can you imagine? Oh my, one of the worst cliffhangers ever, right? Like, oh my God, this all happened. He has two of the pieces now, Professor Pericles, and they're all being separated, and I'm going to bring them all back together. Scooby-Doo's going to do it. Yeah. And then there's no season 2. That would have been horrible. Anything else that I'm missing in this episode? Nothing I can think of, but I mean, just in general, just the whole idea of like, it's kind of all out in the open now, where, things are just being said now. Like, that's a guy from Destructo, whatever, that one company, and he helped Shaggy and Scooby escape the Freak and all that. It's like, they're slowly making it to where there isn't really, like, they still don't know who Mr. E is. They could probably maybe piece it together that Mr. E is probably somebody who was the other guy, a part of Mr. Incorporated, but it's not been outright said that they know that's who Mr. E is. We know who Mr. E is, but I don't know if Scooby and the gang could figure that out. I mean, they probably could easily figure that out, but still. But yeah, crazy stuff, craziness, a lot of stuff going on. I love it. I love how deep this goes. So, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I cannot wait to get into season 2, guys. It's been a fun journey so far, and I think we're only halfway through. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.